Intestinal.
The intestine.
Yes.
What gives away that it's the intestine?
What's the lumen?
The typhlosul.
The typhlosul.
How do you spell that?
Typhlo. Typhlo-SOL.
Typhlosul.
Wait, was there an E at the end?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe there is.
Yes.
I kept forgetting the L.
Let me check the
I don't think I put an E at the end.
solid A minus.
I'm already aggravated, and I missed like 3.
All right, so what's the function of the typhlosul?
But doesn't this look like the cartellum? Can anybody
Increase
explain
surface
that?
area in the gut.
Yeah, I fucked that up.
Okay?
Move nutrients.
Increase surface
What?
area.
Sorry.
Okay, function of typhlosul is
Alright, so
to
this whole
increase
breath is
surface
the
area in the gut.
Intestinal
This is the
region.
intestinal
This structure
region.
is the
Typhlosul.
typhlosul. What's its function?
Increase surface
Increase the
area.
surface. Don't just say surface area. What about the surface area?
For absorption and digestion.
I put surface area absorption. Is that
And
right?
digestion.
Well, it's the intestine, so that's a little redundant. So that's more of a, so if you've got surface area, that's fine, but for the exam, just make sure you tell me what it does to the surface area,
Increase.
right?
Okay.
So, do you have,
She's here to help,
I don't
guys.
give you guys the quizzes back, because it's like, what were the questions? Right, I was just wondering. Same thing with the exam.
Increase surface area.
I may have put 24 for 26.
There wasn't a 26.
That sums up this test.
All right, so let me look at, hopefully.
Wait, what was the structure of the top?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the dorsal ventral.
blood
I was
vessel?
dorsal
That was the
blood.
dorsal blood vessel.
It's so much bigger in this slide.
I'm so happy.
So science can.
Dorsal blood vessel.
So the reason why I kind of changed the position of it a little bit, because I wanted to show you guys the muscularization, the difference between the muscles, right? It's the same thing with the hearts. The hearts and the blood vessels are going to have a much more smooth appearance than the circular or the longitudinal muscles.
What are the things on the sides of the dorsal of the are those things or no? You know
Those are more than likely things, those are probably nerves.
okay.
It wasn't a question. Don't
I know,
worry about it.
You said that
Okay.
now.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
Ish?
Ish.
All right, I gotta find the other slide that I used.
Like, I got this whole slide. I got like all these slides.
Oh, well.
My issue is the dissection thing.
Went over it, so I'm just gonna use the same slide, so, oh wait, no, I'll use it.
I have a question though.
I might have an answer.
So, like, I've got this clitellum and the intestinal region all right here, but I swear it looks more like the clitellum. If you look at the intestinal region, it's got like the coelom and the lumen.
What I'm gonna do before we get started with the arthropod stuff, because I still obviously need to write the arthropod stuff up on the board,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go through these slides again, like before we get started, so you guys have these.
Well, my pictures are deceiving.
So, well, right, so when you look at these, when we go through them again.
It was one
it does the
question.
job, okay?
No,
And
it
make
was
changes.
fucking 3
Because there is
questions.
a
And there's
correction
24
I
of
need to
them.
make, because I made a goof.
There's
'cause I made
like
a
multiple
mistake.
layers here. There's like the coelom and the lumen and
So
that
what are
thing.
these
Then
big
this is
pink
just
structures on the
typhlosul.
side?
Yeah.
Hearts.
Bullshit.
Okay?
Okay, so these are all hearts.
So those are hearts. So what I did with this slide is I purposely moved it a little bit, and you can actually see all three of the muscle types, right? So circular, longitudinal, and that's going to be your heart.
Circular,
So if you look at the
longitudinal,
tissue types, the tissue is going to look way, way different. So that right there should be your giveaway. Same thing with this blood vessel, this dorsal blood vessel. Very, very similar to the heart, right? Because their hearts are essentially like tiny, like enlarged blood vessels for these guys. So same structure, just different. So it's still muscular, but it's a different kind of muscle. So that will help you guys. So when you're going through slides, look at differences, look at landmarks. So
When we're
if these-
looking at a cross section, because of the way the hearts are oriented, we're only going to see 2 hearts in each cross section. So the one in the center is
That's
always
your-
going to be the dorsal blood
Right.
vessel. Okay.
And then if I down here,
Ventral.
ventral, and then that, yeah, this one's a weird one. I would not use. So this is, well, these are part of the hearts though. Because remember, nothing's ever going to be beautiful and symmetrical in nature. Nature doesn't work like that. There's probably one organism that's perfect by just means of design, right?
Us.
No. We are so far from that. But good guess. I know a lot of people that think that about themselves. But no, these are going to be like the tail end or the beginning of a second set of hearts.
Okay.
Right? So it's all about the prep.
That's
it's all about
ventral.
how it's made. This is the ventral aspect. So based off of this appearance and this appearance, what would you guys say that these are? What is this one? That's a blood vessel. That's
Nerve
the nerve
cord.
cord. Okay, because you can see a little bit of the blood vessel. It just all depends on the prep, and it all depends on the animal at that time.
Which muscle was the one that you pointed out that we needed to name?
So there's the two.
Circular and
Longitudinal.
I think it was longitudinal test.
No.
This wasn't a very good
She
one.
only
There
asked
you
about
go.
circular.
She only asked about longitudinal.
I just
that's
asked
it.
for the circular, but
Oh,
these are
maybe.
the circular, so they go around the circumference, right? So it makes sense if they're called circular. And these are going perpendicular to that, so that
Those
would
are
make them
longer
longitudinal. Right? So think about, so if these shorten and contract, what's going to happen to the worm?
Which ones?
The circular.
Oh, they're gonna.
And then if the longitudinals contract,
It's gonna move him.
right. So think about, so now knowing what these look like and how they are oriented with the animal, think about the muscle contraction. It's going to be the same for any kind of anatomical structure. So when you guys look at the arthropods today, when we look at the walking leg muscles and some of the other muscles in the blue crab, I think we have enough blue crabs, hopefully they'll be okay. But just think about those muscles, and when they contract, they're going to move certain things. So if you're doing a bicep curl, I'm not going to flex because I have 0 biceps, I need to do this. Push mine up. But if you do that, you're shortening that muscle, right? That muscle's contracting. So think about that action and what that outcome is whenever you look at these things. Where did I put?
Wait, so then you tell the difference between the heart and then the dorsal blood vessel, is it size?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
proximity of.
Yeah. So the hearts are going to be lateral.
Yeah, towards the end.
The vessels are going to be dorsal ventral. Dorsal ventral. Right? And you're always going to have dorsal ventral blood vessels. You're always going to have that nerve cord on the ventral side.
So then that one on the right is a heart.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just really small just because of the prep.
Right.
Okay. So what do you guys think? All right. So these are the hearts, right? Yes.
The dorsal blood vessel is larger than the
It's usually smaller.
wait, sorry.
Sorry. Yes. Sorry. I thought you said ventral. Yes. The dorsal is usually larger. Usually.
No.
But if it looks the same, what structure is on the ventral aspect that's not on the dorsal?
The nerve
The
cord.
nerve cord. Okay, so giving yourself landmarks like that will always help you. I will always do my best too on the exam to have these guys oriented in an anatomical correct position, being dorsal ventral, dorsal above ventral. Because it would make no sense for me to trick you guys and do this. You guys are gonna learn that way. All right, and that's some shady teaching right there too. I like to think I'm above that, and I may screw up because again I'm human. But yeah, so just keep those things in mind. So what it would, considering that these are the hearts, and remember anatomically where the hearts are in this animal. What structure do you guys think you're looking at right now in the center?
Esophagus.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that not usual?
Are the hearts usually larger than the dorsal blood vessels?
They tend to be, yes.
Hey, what was that?
Yes. It just depends on
What was
the
the
prep.
reproductive structure that secretes fluids in
Is
the earth?
the-
What's it called?
Is
Oh,
the
I
middle
wrote-
not
I
the
wrote
crop
that.
yet? That's
I
not
couldn't
the
remember.
crop.
I
Yeah.
don't remember it from the
Yeah, so
exam.
think about, so with the gut on these
I
guys,
put
right?
reproductive
We
secretions.
kind of did this already.
I'm not sure if
a
I
little
put
bit.
secretions right now.
No, it's better
It's
than
like
mine.
it kind of looks like it's got like the little things for the crop. You know what I mean? Like the little fingers.
I could have wrote reproductive juices.
So if we've got, so what would this is most anterior. So if that's anterior, what would that would be the mouth. What comes anatomically, what comes distal to the mouth?
Sorry.
What is this a picture of?
The intestine of the worm, of the earthworm.
What's that thing down there?
Clitoris.
Pharynx. All right, so then what would
Oh,
this
it
region
is?
be?
Esophagus.
This is the esophagus.
I wrote intestines.
And then what would this be?
Crop.
Did she ask?
This one?
I don't think she asked us that question.
I think she
You didn't
did.
ask us if that was
And
esophagus.
then what would this be? The intestine.
Yeah, I felt that. I wrote the
So
intestines
where,
with the
on this
esophagus.
line, where are the hearts
I
usually?
remember Daenerys.
Above.
Above.
I remember lumber.
Crop.
Where? Above what?
Above the crop.
That's the one I couldn't remember.
So they're anterior to the crop, right? So they're kind of paired here-ish, right?
See it.
With the esophagus.
Spell it.
Shit, I
They
should have
kind
known
of,
that.
they go along the lateral aspect of it. See, stick figures. You don't need to draw perfectly, just stick figures.
Just draw bendy straw and label it.
Exactly. Although everything, so maybe you need to invert the bendy straw. Because you could use the crinkly part as the clitellation.
Cut it.
Clitellum, while we're on it, it's for reproductive, right?
Yeah, but what aspect of reproduction?
Cocoons.
And reproductive secretions.
Wait, is mucus good?
Yeah.
Good.
What if we
Alright,
misspelled
so let's go.
secretion?
Oh,
Like mucus and LBP.
The next slide. Wrong.
Wrong.
Oh boy.
For sure. Was this a question?
Yep.
Yes, this
Oh,
one.
that's
Why do I not recognize this slide?
It's the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
All right. So again, you guys.
What is
what
this?
what genus is this? First of all.
Oh,
Wait, I didn't
Lumbricus.
use this slide, did I?
That's
Yeah.
Nereis, isn't
This
it?
is Nereis.
Yeah.
Wait,
But this is not, because you the
Right.
Parapodia?
So, all right. So I'm just gonna go over all of these slides from last week real quick.
Yeah, kind of.
So how can you tell automatically that this is Nereis?
Parapodia.
Okay, so you got Parapodia, which you really can't see all that
Kind of
great
the
here,
lobes.
right? You can kind of see them, but what else? What else is a dead giveaway?
The center is.
Muscles. Why the muscles?
Since they don't have round muscles, they're longitudinal.
No. Opposite.
They don't have as pronounced round muscles.
They don't have as pronounced circular muscles.
Roundness
Okay.
muscles.
Circular.
Wait, but look at all of the muscles. Why do they need more muscles than? Because they're Aurantia, right? They're highly more modal than the earthworm.
So which type of muscles are those? Longitudinal?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Is that how we? Yeah.
That guy must work out.
Okay.
Don't do that tongue thing again,
So what do you think the center is?
The mouth?
It's more than likely the intestine, probably, or it might be the mouth area.
Okay.
It's just not labeled all that
The
well.
middle thing is the intestine, correct?
Yeah. It's part of some area of the gut.
What's the little dot on the bottom?
What do you think that is?
That thing?
Is that the
It's a nerve.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
nerve cord.
So that's a.
So
how do we know
the
if,
reason
if
why I
it's
can tell it's a
ventral?
nerve cord because it doesn't have like this is more vascularization right here,
Okay.
and it doesn't have that nice bright pink, and it's not very smooth like the other blood vessels,
So if
right?
it's
Okay.
duller, it's more likely to be a nerve cord than a.
More than likely. So like things that carry blood and that have more vascularization to them, they're going to be more like a smooth muscle type thing, and they're going to be that nice bright pink color. Even though these guys are all stained and prepped that way, they're just going to uptake that prep more, right, than a nerve cord would. Because a lot of organisms, when you have to
spell
do
that
these
shit?
preps,
I was trying to tell you.
Cough. I think I put a U because you said cough.
Now let me find the appropriate slide.
I put them both, actually. I was like, I'm gonna spell one of them right.
0.75.
And not screw things up royally.
What is that?
Broken. Fantastic.
You broke it?
Parapodia.
When am I not breaking?
Nereis, Sete. Is it Sete or Kaite?
Either one. I put
It's
both.
shite.
Keedy or seedy is correct.
I put
Oh,
both.
we're way wrong.
Just be thankful it's not an oral exam. I told you about my former anatomy students, right? When I first started teaching anatomy, like on the East Coast. I kind of got rid of it because I thought it was just way too painful for them. So, real quick, somebody tell me, is this upside down?
Sideways.
Well, you've got your top lobe is the notopodium, and the smaller one's the neuropodium.
So tell me, is this accurate? Is this anatomically correct?
I don't
Is this
know. I
oriented,
just
or
know.
do I have it upside
Which
down?
one's the nerve?
Well, I mean, is he
I think
laying
it's
on his
right
back
side
or
up.
is
I
he
think
on
it's
his
right side.
belly?
I think that's correct.
The big sign should be
Just
on
say it,
the
just-
bottom,
yeah.
the small sign.
I don't know.
Are we trying to distinguish
No,
neuropodia?
this is accurate.
Is it?
This is accurate.
So the
Notopodia is the big one.
I knew it started with a P, but I couldn't remember what it's called.
This is
Notopodia.
ventral.
So,
Neuropodia.
wait, so which one's which? I'm sorry.
The notopodia is on top.
Yep.
Dorsal.
Notopodia, neuropodia?
Yeah, here you go. Notopodia, neuropodia.
All right, so what is this whole prep of?
It's a.
It's Nereis parapodia.
The parapodia. Okay, I did, so you guys, we already said that these were CD or Keedy,
Yes.
dependent. However,
CD.
Cete,
CD or
tomato,
Kitty?
tomato, whatever.
CD or Kitty?
So I asked what's one of the functions of parapodia?
Gas exchange.
Locomotion.
Locomotion, gas exchange.
Movement?
Yeah, let's
Same thing as locomotion.
Sensory.
Sensory.
Sensory is the kete.
Sensory,
Sete.
they're kind of still on the fence about that.
You get like half a
Kind of, it's kind of sort of it. So,
Some of those worms.
They do weird things.
all right, so make sure though, because I did not ask these on the quiz because it's just such a pain in the butt on this microscope. But make sure you know the different lobes. Make sure you know noto from neuro.
That's noto,
The big one is noto.
Noto.
and the itty bitty is neuro.
Neuro.
That one's
Neuro.
The one that's
Yep.
sticking
The
out.
pointy one at the bottom. Or
Wait,
like that
wait,
whole-
which one? This one?
So that's that little thing there is the ventral.
Uh-huh.
But-
Siri,
Ventral,
Oh,
Siri.
oh.
Ventral,
that one's the
Siri.
dorsal.
Dorsal series.
So where's the neuropodia? Sorry.
Yeah,
This
where's
thing
the